All right, what up? What up? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? What is the deal, people? So today's show, I'm gonna be talking about 6 tips on how to get sex fast. Okay, how to get this shit happen? This shit happening fast, either that night or at least by the end of that week. You feel what I'm saying? Before we get into all of that, make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com, get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. Make sure you click that link below to get your copy today. So you can get your copy of this. Also, make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com to get 60-Second Game, which is my new ebook. So, that book has heavy game in it. A lot of quotes on the game about confidence, looks, your appearance, honesty, verbal communication skills, rejection, all that good shit. What's popping in the chat room? Ryan, Parwan, D Money, Chizzy City, Darrell S. What's good? What is going on? So, I wanted to do this real quick. What up, Live Fabulous? What's popping? I want to do this real quick because I get a shitload of emails, and one of the themes in these emails is guys having trouble getting sex. You understand? Or I should say, either, some of them will get sex, but it takes a long time, or they'll spend a whole bunch of time with a chick and then they don't get sex, or they're just not getting sex at all, and they just want to, really make it happen, but not only make it happen, but make it happen faster. You feel what I'm saying? What up, True Blad? Joseph, what's going on? What's popping? So, I wanted to give you guys 6 tips on how to get sex fast. Okay? I can't even tell you how many women I've had sex with. I'm sure it's at least about, because I stopped counting after 100. So it got to be at least at 100 and between, it's probably between 150 and 160 or something like that. I don't know. You understand? And it's crazy because it would have been way higher if I didn't stop. Because what happened was, at a certain point, there were certain girls that I just didn't fuck with. You understand? I could have had sex with them, and I told them no. So I started this thing where, if a chick was on some bullshit or she wasn't following my instructions, I just didn't give her no dick. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to have sex with her. And the funny part is, by doing that, and that's why I always tell you guys, when you build yourself up and you're confident in all this other stuff, doing that has made even more women try to get at me. You understand? But that's because I set my standards higher. And so when I'm dealing with women, I'm not just like, oh, I just need to have sex with you. I don't have that desperate energy when it comes to dealing with these girls, which makes them want to make it happen even more. It's interesting how that happens that way. What up, Kenwood Drive? What's going on? You understand? Jay Reese said I'm going to be up there with Will Chamberlain. Nah. That ain't happening. But yeah, so I want to give you guys, these tips. So I'm going to give you guys these tips real quick so you can really understand what needs to be done in order to make this shit happen. Now, the first tip, and this is very important, is that, what up, Cardio King? What's going on? And Aaron, what's popping? First tip is, you have to start seeing women as promiscuous. Okay? You have to start seeing women as promiscuous. You have to start seeing women as, like they want to fuck. They want to have sex. Get all that good girl shit out your mind. You understand what I'm saying? Get all of that, oh, she's a hoe if she is fucking with a whole bunch of dudes. Get that shit out your mind. You understand? See, because the thing is this. You have to look at her as promiscuous, but also you have to look at her promiscuity or her being very sexual as a good thing. Because if you have anything in your mind making you think that it's bad that she's promiscuous or that it's bad that she wants to fuck you, it's going to be hard for you to make it happen. You understand? Because in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking, like, this is the thing. Like, for example, you have a lot of guys who say, well, I'm not going to, take a chick seriously if she fucks me on a first date. Or you'll say, she must do this to every other guy, so it's kind of weird. You understand? And so when you think that way, you're basically saying there's something wrong with her wanting to have sex with you now. So you have to flip that and look at it as there is something right, and this is how it should be with her trying to fuck me now. So for example, when I deal with a girl, I expect her to want to do me now. You understand what I'm saying? I see it as an insult if she doesn't want to do me now. Even if, let's say for sake of argument, she's, that good girl or whatever. When she's with me, I want her to want to do that now. You understand? But again, you got to look at them as promiscuous. Because if you think there's something wrong with the situation, it's going to be hard for you to be able to create the situation where she wants to have sex with you now. You understand? I'll give you an example, and this is the thing where you got to look at shit a certain way. I remember I was at this event, and this guy, he was I forgot who the guy was, but he was doing a speaking engagement, and he was a millionaire, right? And so basically, he was saying that, the reason why a lot of people aren't millionaires or will never be millionaires is because they have a weird relationship with money. Meaning, some people look at money as bad. Meaning, they'll say, money is the root of all evil. You understand what I'm saying? They'll say shit like that. Or, they'll say, rich people are assholes. Or they're all scammers or whatever. Right? So if you have that mindset, it's going to be difficult for you to become rich. Because if you think money is the root of all evil, and you think rich people are scammers and assholes, right? What you're telling yourself is, I shouldn't fuck with trying to get money because I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to be a scammer. I don't want to deal with the root of all evil. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, you're going to have a hard time attracting money in your life. So if you are thinking that there's something wrong with a woman being sexual with you quickly, you're going to have a hard time attracting women who want to be sexual with you quickly. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that guys got to understand, is that most of the times you guys are not, making shit happen because you're thinking, oh, there's something wrong with this girl because she wants to fuck me now. Or if a girl wants to have sex with me now, she is bad. You understand? You said, so you're going to look at the librarian as promiscuous? Hell yeah. Why would a librarian not be promiscuous? What about being a librarian makes you think she's not promiscuous? You see what I'm saying? See, y'all got this mindset. You understand? I've dated librarians. You understand what I'm saying? Who were very promiscuous. So that don't mean shit. You understand? That don't mean shit. And so this is the thing. When you guys are out here doing what you do with women, right? You got to look at it as she actually wants to fuck with you. And that she actually likes having sex. And unfortunately, a lot of guys, they think that when they're dealing with women, they have to sort of convince the girl to have sex with them. So their mindset is, well, women don't like sex as much as us men, or they don't really even like sex at all. So I got to spend a whole bunch of time dealing with this girl who doesn't like sex to try to convince her to get to want to have sex with me. You understand? And that's you thinking that she's not promiscuous. As you thinking she doesn't like sex. So all of those things that you're thinking affect your game. It affects how you act around women. You see what I'm saying? And so if you look at a woman as some, church girl or some chick that don't like sex, then it's going to be hard for you to get the sex quickly. You understand? So the first thing is you have to see women as promiscuous. And you have to interact with them that way. You have to interact with them as if you know they want to fuck you. You know they want to make it happen. You got to have that energy when you're dealing with them. You can't come at them like they're some nuns or something like that. You understand? You can't come at them like, oh, miss, I know that you don't like sex, so I'm going to try to pretend I don't want it and tiptoe and all this other stuff. You understand? You have to embrace their sluttiness. You have to embrace that shit. If you don't embrace it, it's going to be hard for you to get sex fast. Now, if you're the type of guy who doesn't give a fuck about getting sex fast, don't worry about the shit. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're trying to get sex, like, listen, you can't get sex fast and at the same time condemn women to be, for being sexual. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. Because a lot of guys want to fuck a whole bunch of girls, but at the same time, they don't want girls fucking a whole bunch of guys. How does that even make sense? How? You understand? If all of you want sex with multiple hot women, how are these women going to end up having sex with you if you don't want them having sex, or you make them feel a certain way, or you feel a certain type of way about chicks fucking? You see what I'm saying? So you have to be okay with that. See, guys will be like, oh, well, I want her to do that with me. I want to bang a whole bunch of chicks. I just don't want these chicks banging a whole bunch of other dudes. But I'm like, the other dudes are you. Because the same way you're saying it, this other guy's saying it, and this other guy's saying it. So they got to fuck a whole bunch of dudes if you want to have a sex with a whole bunch of chicks. That's how it works. So you have to embrace that. Understand that's part of the game. So that's number one. Right? Now, number two. To basically, the tip on how to get sex fast, and this is very important, right, is you have to work on your appearance. Okay? You have to work on your appearance. So, basically, what I'm saying is that the way that you're put together, right? The way that you're put together matters. What up, Meeks a Million? You said men and women are different, though. What do you mean? So what do you mean by we're different? About what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I need more. I need you to unpack that. But yeah, you have to work on your appearance, and this is why you got to work on your appearance, because when it comes to women wanting to have sex with you, right? What women do is when they meet a guy, let's say you meet a girl at a bar and you're talking to her, right? If she's thinking about having sex with you, she has to visualize you on top of her. She has to visualize you like, being sexual with her. And so your appearance matters, meaning that when you're put together well, you understand? You're more visually appealing. You see what I'm saying? Which will make her more receptive to you. You understand? So even, for example, let's say, for example, a lot of guys, they don't clean their fingernails, right? So if you have dirty fingernails and you're talking to some chick, she will end up not wanting to fuck you because your fingernails are dirty. Why? Because she's thinking about those dirty ass fingernails touching her pussy, and that turns her off. You see what I'm saying? So you got to work on that appearance. You understand? Make sure you brush your teeth. Make sure your breath smells good. All that shit matters. Because you're talking to this girl, if your breath stinks, she's not going to want to kiss you. You understand? If you smell funny, she's not going to want to be around you. You see what I mean? So when you're talking to her, she's visualizing what it would be like to fuck you. But if you have all these things that's working against you, that's not going to be good. You understand what I'm saying? Like brush your teeth, wash your face, shave, put on clean clothes, put on, some nice shoes. Because women always look at shoes too. I remember I had this girl I knew who she fucked this dude just because he had on some nice shoes. Because she liked the way his shoes looked. You understand what I'm saying? Just off his shoes. So women will do that. And then they'll judge you harshly for you. Like if you got dirty ass shoes and they all scuffed up, that'll make her not want to fuck you. In some cases. You see what I'm saying? So understand that your appearance can help. So when you're out there talking to these girls, interacting with these girls, coming up to holler at them, understand that you want to make sure that your appearance is on point. So that part is already covered. Meeks Million said men are supposed to spread his seed and not look promiscuous. Although women were meant to give birth, but if they sleep around with other than their husband, she is considered promiscuous. So what is a woman, or what? Okay, so you're saying, because I'm confused. You said a man is supposed to spread his seed and not look promiscuous. Like, why does a man not have to not look promiscuous? You understand what I'm saying? And he said, although women are meant to give birth, if they sleep around with other than their husband, she's considered promiscuous. Yeah, she would be considered promiscuous. My thing is, what I'm telling you is that if you're trying to have sex fast, you have to see women as promiscuous. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's going to propel them to want to fuck you. See, this is what you guys got to understand, right? Women don't like being judged. So if they're talking to two guys and one guy is being, and I'm going to talk about this for the next thing, one guy's being extremely sexual. You understand what I'm saying? One guy's being extremely sexual and the other guy is being sort of like wishy-washy, kind of judgmental on some, I don't take girls who are going to have sex quickly, seriously, or whatever. She's going to fuck the guy who is, looking at her as promiscuous, who's giving off that sexual vibe. Because him doing that is sort of giving her the okay to be slutty. You understand? Because this is basically what it is. Chicks like to suck dick. You understand? Chicks like to suck dick. They just don't want to be judged for sucking dick. So if they think you're going to judge her, if she thinks you're going to judge her for sucking her dick, she's probably not going to suck your dick. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where you got, you're dealing with these chicks and they can tell you're the type of guy who's going to be judgmental. You see what I'm saying? And then she ain't going to want to do shit. That's just part of how it goes, man. You feel what I'm saying? Now, so we went to the first two. The first one was see women as promiscuous. Second thing was work on your appearance, right? The third thing is, and I talk about this all the time, but I'm going to go a little bit more deeper into this, is, of course, build sexual tension, right? So what is sexual tension? That's when you're interacting with the girl and the energy between you two is sexual, but the sex isn't happening yet, but it could be happening because there's that energy there that you and her both sort of like may want it to happen. Y'all are sexually attracted to each other. There's tension there that this may happen, right? But this is the thing that most guys got to start doing, is that with building the sexual tension, also you have to be able to have good verbal communication skills. You understand? Good verbal communication skills, but also too know how to touch girls in certain situations. You understand? So what more guys have to do if you want this sex to happen quickly, you have to start bringing up sex in the conversations. You understand? So when you have it, like let's say you at a bar, you meet a girl, y'all just talking, y'all shooting the shit, whatever. You giving her a little small talk, right? But at a certain point, you got to start getting sexual, right? So the sexual, the way that you get sexual, right, is you're flirting, but it's very, you want it to go very in a very sexual direction. So either you can blatantly be sexual by telling her some shit like, hey, let's say y'all talking or whatever, and you say all the regular small talk, hey, what's your name? My name is this, where you from, blah, blah, blah. Then you can get really blatantly sexual, be like, listen, I saw you from across the room, and the first thing I thought about, when I saw you was, I wanted to fuck the shit out you. You understand? That's blatantly being sexual. That's super bold, sexual type of talk, right? Then, or you could say some shit like this. You could say some shit like, you're talking to her, let's say she's wearing a dress. And you say, yo, that dress looks really good on you. And she'll be like, oh, thank you, whatever. And you'd be like, but I bet you look even better outside that dress with the dress off. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're being sexual with her, right? And the whole time you're being sexual with her, you're seeing her reaction to it. Because if she likes you, if she's into you, she'll react positively to it. You understand? So when you're talking, you have to keep the shit sexual. You understand? So like, I remember I was out with this girl one time, some chick that I met off of Tinder or whatever. And so we was getting a drink, we talking or whatever, right? And I was wearing these these green jeans I got or whatever. And they're not like tight, but they're not like loose. You understand? Like they fit good. You feel me? So what happened was we was at the bar, we sitting there, we, talking, I'm flirting with her. I'm like, kind of getting a little touchy-feely with her. I got my arm around her a little bit, right? And so she looks at my jeans and she's like, oh, those are really nice jeans. Like, where'd you get those? Blah, 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 whatever. And I said to her, I was like, look, you don't care about my jeans. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you just looking at my dick right now. That's why you're looking down there. She's like, she's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And I was like, you want to grab my dick, don't you? And then so I'm getting sexual with it, right? So then, she ends up grabbing my dick. And then we kissing and shit. And then, 5 minutes later, we bounce from the spot and we go do our thing. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to get sexual with these women and build that sexual tension in those moments. You see what I'm saying? That's how you do this shit fast. A lot of you guys, you'll sit there and you'll just talk for hours about regular shit, about your jobs all day. You say, she Terry Crews me, about all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get sexual quickly. So you got to start inserting the sexual talk in your conversations. You understand? Like, I remember I was at a party one time. This actually happened twice at two different parties. Two different house parties. I was at this one house party, right? Talking to this girl. And mind you, I just started talking to this girl. We were talking for like 15 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And I was, again, looking at her as promiscuous. Being extremely sexual. You feel what I'm saying? And so long story short, she ended up giving me head in the bathroom within 20 minutes. Right? Now, another time I was at a party, same thing, looking at the girl as promiscuous, being extremely sexual with her, talking a whole bunch of shit. Right? I told this girl, hey, I'll be back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, and as I'm about to come out, she's standing at the bathroom door. And I'm thinking she's standing at the bathroom door because she want to go into the bathroom to use it. So as I'm walking out, I open the door, I walk out, I'm seeing her, coming in. And then she grabs my hand. And she's like, hold on, come here for a second. Come here for a second. And we in the bathroom kissing and doing all this other shit. And I fucked in the bathroom. You see what I'm saying? So because I'm putting that sexual energy out there, right? That was what made the girl want to have sex with me quickly. The reason why most of you guys aren't having sex quickly with these women is because you're not putting the sexual energy out there. You're too scared to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. You said, what do these girls look like? Well, the first girl, she was she was Brazilian, about like 5'5", fat ass. She had like a short Jada Pickett looking haircut. Like brown skinish, cute type of chick. And the other girl was this white girl. Kind of tall. She was kind of, I want to say she was like, like how you see tall girls, like she was like 6 foot something, like 6'1" or whatever. Yeah, she was tall. I wouldn't say she was goofy, but it's like, I don't know. Sometimes tall chicks be looking goofy to me sometimes, but she was tall. She was taller than me. I'm 5'11". She was taller than me. And she was wearing sneakers too, so I could imagine if she was wearing like some high heels or some shit. But she looked like she could play for the WNBA or some shit. But that was the other chick. You understand? So Guess I don't like she was short and had a unibrow. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. Now I've fucked with some like, weirdo looking chicks back in the day. So I ain't gonna lie and be like, oh, every chick I was fucking with was bad. Nah. I fuck with some chicks, man. Y'all would slap me in the face if you ever seen the type of chicks I fucked with back in the day. You be like, what, nigga? Are you serious? Come on, son. Be like, come on, son. But yeah. But that's what it is, man. You gotta get sexual. See, this is the problem with a lot of guys. What happens with a lot of dudes is I think what it is a lot of guys think they have to like warm a chick up. Again, that's what I was saying. Dudes think they gotta convince these girls to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? You don't gotta convince girls to fuck. They want to do this. You just have to lead her in that direction. And you lead her in that direction by being sexual. Martin, he said, do you just fuck with them to get your confidence up, or was it a slow week? You talking about when I was smashing the whack chicks back in the day? Was it? You say was it a slow week? Well, this is the thing. When I was younger, right? Because I lost my virginity at 16, right? So I remember when my first girlfriend I lost my virginity to. I was 16 years old. We was together for maybe I think like another year or something, and then I started messing with other chicks. And what I thought that fucking another girl. You talking about the ugly chicks. So I thought fucking another girl was gonna be like extremely different. Now like if you fuck different chicks, it has a different feel here and there. But I thought it was gonna be like super different. So when I fucked the second girl I ever fucked, I was like, this is cool, but it's pretty much like not the same, but not what I expected. So, but I was like, this is what's up. So what happened was when I first started really going in and doing, smashing chicks, it was like, as long as you had a decent body and an okay face, I was like, I'm fucking with you. You understand? So I fucked with a few chicks back in the day when I was first really getting it in. That was like, just not really the business. It was like a lot of 5s and 6s that I smashed when I first started smashing certain chicks. Then I was like, yo, I need to, get some hotter chicks. Now there was some hotter girls that sprinkled in between, but understand that, and this is what I talked about before, is that, unless you're in a certain specific area or you have access to really bad chicks, most of the chicks you're going to meet is going to be 6s and 7s on a regular day. So I'm living in Flatbush. I'm 17, 18 years old, and I'm just fucking with who's around my way. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not going in no clubs with no hot chick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just whoever's there, I'm fucking with her. You understand? So that's how I, got my start. But as time went on and as I got older and as I was able to get into clubs and all that shit, then that's when I was really stepping up my game and, making the shit pop off. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it is. But let me get back to this though. So again, number 1 on the list was see women as promiscuous. Number 2 is work on your appearance. Number 3 is build the sexual tension and make sure that you are having some talk where it's sexual. You understand? Now, the fourth thing, and this is so important, and a lot of motherfuckers don't even think about this. This is so fucking important. Number 4 is logistics. Okay? Logistics. You see what I'm saying? So what is logistics? That means where are you going to fuck this girl? How are you going to have sex with her? Because if you want to have sex fast, you need a place to have sex with her. You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is a lot of times dudes don't think about the logistics. Excuse me. And the logistics, if your logistics ain't on point, that's going to fuck up your whole shit. I'm going to probably do a whole program just on logistics. Because you may be at a club or a bar, you talking to this girl, you spitting that game, you're being extremely sexual with her, right? And what happens is, let's say, for example, you can't take her to your place for some reason, right? So you got to find out, where she lives or who she's with. You understand? Because she may be with her friends or whatever. Okay, how do I take her from her friends and go back to her spot? Or is she staying with her friends? Is she only here for a certain amount of time? You got to know all of this shit. So when you're even having a conversation with these girls, you got to ask them questions. So who you here with? Where do you live? How long are you in the city? You understand? Because there's times where, like, for example, I met this one girl who was from Greece. And she was just in the city because I live in New York. She was in here, but she was leaving the next morning. You understand? And she was there with a friend. So her friend ended up hooking up with some other dude, and her friend was sharing this hotel room. So since her friend went to hook up with the other dude, she was by herself, right? But what happened was, I said to her, when are you leaving? Like, when she was like, oh, our flight's tomorrow in the morning. So I'm like, all right, cool. So where you staying at? And then so the bar I was at was in the hotel that they're staying at. So there was a bar at this hotel, and she was staying at that hotel. You understand? So the logistics was on point because she had the room to herself. Her friend wasn't there. So we just went straight up to the room and got it popping, right? But sometimes it doesn't go that smoothly. You see what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that okay, I got my spot. I can take her back to my spot. This is why I tell guys, if you could take chicks back to your spot, go to bars and clubs near your place, or go to events near your place. If you have a Tinder date, set up a date near your place, because then it's an easy transition to your place. You understand? There's a lot of shit that could fuck your shit up. Like, let's say, for example, you have roommates or some shit, and if your roommates is fucking up the house and having it all dirty and it smells like shit and whatever it is, and you bring a girl back to your spot, that'll turn her off. You understand? So you got to make sure, if you got roommates, tell your roommates, listen, y'all niggas need to get the fuck out for a little while, or clean this shit up. I'm about to bring this chick back to the crib, or whatever it is. So you got to make sure the logistics is on point. If your logistics are not on point, you'll do all this work to get the girl to really want to fuck with you, and nothing will happen. You see what I'm saying? You won't get the sex. It's not gonna pop off. So you did all that shit for nothing. But I'll do a whole thing on logistics later. All right. Now, so that's number 4. Number 5. Oh, you remember the roommate I had? Exactly. Imagine I brought a chick back, and that roommate I had back in the day, where y'all saw me on camera, he was wilding out. Imagine that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So it's important to have your logistics down pat. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to do that. Now, Number 5 is you have to keep a rotation of women. So if you want to have sex fast, you have to keep a rotation of women. So what that means is you got to keep talking to different girls, and you know, keep hooking up with different girls and have them there. Like, no pumping and dumping, okay? No pumping and dumping. So this is what I'm saying. Like, dudes be always talking about that pumping and dumping shit. You don't have a rotation of chicks by pumping and dumping. In fact, like, pumping and dumping to me is really the stupidest shit you could ever do, truthfully. And like I said before in another video, ain't no real player pumping and dumping. The only time you pump and dump is when the chick is fucking ridiculous and you're like, I can't fuck with this chick no more. Dark Ned, you said pumping and keeping. Exactly. That's what look, you got to keep that rotation. So if you want sex fast, you got to keep that rotation heavy. See, let me tell you guys something, man. Could you imagine, think about this. Think about being able to fuck a different chick every day for a whole week. Okay? Just think about that. Think about being able to fuck a different chick every day for a whole week. Just think about that. That's the type of shit you do when you have a rotation. You understand? Like, I remember I was at one point, I think I was talking to maybe like 9 or 10, maybe 11 chicks at one time. Right? And those girls, all of them I had sex with. You understand? You said the perfect week. Exactly. All of them I had sex with. All 11 of those girls I had sex with I was fucking with. But there was a point where I remember I had sex every day for a week. And it was all different chicks every day. You understand? And so I was able to get sex quick because I had the rotation. See, once you're able to fuck a chick twice, let me give you some game. Let me give you some fucking game right here, man. Shit. I gotta get just you know, like when some shit hits you, I'm like, I gotta get this shit out before I forget. So this is the thing. When you first have sex with a girl, right? This is how you get her in the rotation. When you first have sex with a girl, right? You have to try your best to fuck her really good and make her come. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. When you first fuck a chick, right? First time you're having sex with this girl, first time you're hooking up with this girl, you want to fuck her real good to the point where she orgasms. Now, there are going to be some girls who just not, because, you know, it is what it is, because they, you know, some girls, they might take longer, or they just like, you know, have some block that makes it hard for them to come or whatever. But the thing is this, you want to make sure that you fuck her good and she comes, right? Billy G, you say you don't last long. Well, bro, you gotta work on that shit, or you gotta, you know, eat that pussy or something, right? So now, and you can't eat every girl's pussy, just to let you know. I'm just saying. K-Zag 20, shout out to you, bro. You said AKA donkey fucker, right? So you want to fuck her really good the first time. Now, why do you want to do this? The reason why you want to do this is because you want to be able to fuck her a second time. You understand? So the reason why you fuck her good the first time is because you want to be able to fuck her good. You want to be able to fuck her a second time. See, a lot of times, if you don't fuck the girl good on the first time, she's not going to want to fuck you the second time. Now, there are times when you fuck a girl real good the first time and you still don't get to fuck her the second time. And the reason why is because sometimes those girls just actually wanted a one-night stand. You understand? Or those girls actually had a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? And so, or they had some guy they was dealing with, and so therefore they just, did their thing with you once and want to keep it moving. But generally, if you fuck the girl real good and make her come, 90% of the time she's going to want to have sex with you again. Why? And shout out to my dude K Zaggin 20, because he did a video about this where he was talking about how, good dick is hard to find. You understand what I'm saying? So she's like, okay, I got some good dick from this dude. I want to get it again. Now, the reason why you want to fuck her twice is because once you fuck the girl twice, right? That's when she is basically in your rotation. Okay? So you want to fuck a girl twice, then that's when she's actually in your rotation. That means that this is a girl who could be your fuck buddy. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you build the rotation. So it's not just a chick you fuck once. Because if you just fuck a girl once, but she don't return your call, y'all don't get together again, that's not a chick in your rotation. Right? Fucking her the second time, right? Is, it sort of solidifies the thing. It's like, okay, we got something here. You feel what I'm saying? Now, what you got to also do is this. You have to maintain your rotation. Meaning, you can't, like, let's say you fucked that girl twice. After the second time, you can't just chill and stop and not call her for 6 months. That ain't going to work. You feel what I'm saying? So, you fucked her twice, and then either every 1 or 2 weeks, you got to keep fucking her. You understand what I'm saying? And so imagine you're doing that with 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 6 girls. So imagine you have 6 girls in your rotation that you fucked them all twice, and they want to keep fucking you because you're giving them that good dick. So how easy would it be for you to get sex whenever you want to make it happen? You got 6 girls who's ready to give it to you. You see what I'm saying? So, and this is the thing, this is the key. Don't stop there. You feel what I'm saying? This is what most guys will do if they got that situation. Because I know most guys will say, well, I got 6 girls, so I'm just going to chill and fall back. Now, you could for a little while if you want, but understand that some of those girls are going to fall off, so it's going to turn from 6 girls to 4 girls, right? So what you got to do is, this is what I suggest, is to keep the rotation, and you got to figure out what's the best rotation for you. Some guys may just want 2 chicks or 3 chicks. You don't got to have like a bunch of girls. But I like to have, multiple chicks, right? But it's the thing. What you want to do is, let's say you got a rotation of 3. You still want to go out there and talk to girls. You still want to be on Tinder, Bumble, all this other stuff, interacting with women, because you want to keep generating, new chicks. You feel what I'm saying? So, Beast says 6 is too much. Truthfully, for most dudes, the most that most guys would be able to handle is like 2 or 3. Honestly. You understand what I'm saying? But, if you're like me and you're greedy as fuck, I've had times where I've had, like I said, like 10, 11 girls I was fucking around with. You see what I'm saying? And you got to have a lot of time management with that shit too. I still got to do that time management video. I'm going to get to that soon. But, you said, when do you stop approaching girls if you got a rotation already? Never. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, look, like I said, if you got a rotation of 3 girls, right? What you got to understand is that the reason why I say never is because you have to maintain a rotation. So what I mean is that those 3 girls you have, at any moment, one of them or all of them could stop fucking with you at a moment's notice, like that. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, while you have those 3 girls, you still might talk to another one, because when one of those 3 girls falls off, you slide that girl right into that rotation. So now you're back to your 3. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to understand that. You said, Jibstar, you said, isn't it time consuming? Yeah, it is time consuming. But also you got to understand, you got to ask yourself this question. Do you want to get sex fast? You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. This whole live stream is about getting the sex fast. So if you don't build that rotation, what's going to happen is, if you want sex fast, you either going to have to pay for the shit, or you're going to have to go out, meet a new girl, try to seduce her, and then get her back to your spot that night. Versus because see, this is the good thing about having a rotation. When you have a rotation, then you don't have to, in a sense, go as hard as you would on a regular day. Meaning that, you don't have to go out to meet a new girl because you got 3 or 4 girls here that you can holler at. So it takes time to build a rotation, but once you have that rotation, right? Truthfully, you'll have actually more time to do more shit. Because all you would need to do is schedule shit and manage your time well to the point where you're opening up your time a little better. Because this is the thing. It takes more time to meet new chicks than it is to keep the ones you got. You understand? I'm going to say that again. It takes time to get newer chicks than to just keep the ones you got. You feel what I'm saying? Martin, you said, when do you bring up sex? Initial phone call or one sitting in front of her on the first date? Either way. Either way. I'll be nice. How do you start you down to zero? You got to go out there and talk to these girls. Or you got to do number 6, the 6th thing I'm going to talk about. So let's get to the last thing I'm going to talk about, and I'll take some calls real quick. So let's go through them again real quick. So the first thing I was talking about was see women as promiscuous. Right? I wrote this shit down. I'm looking at it. Next thing is work on your appearance. That's number 2. Third thing is build sexual tension by, and being very blatant about talking about sex and all that other stuff. Number 4 is logistics. Number 5 is keep a rotation of women. Now, the sixth way to get sex quickly is you have to fuck with online dating. Okay? I know a lot of guys don't like doing online dating, but you have to fuck with online dating. My dude fucking calling me right now. Hold on, man. I'm gonna call this dude later. Alright. Yeah, you have to fuck with online dating. And what's interesting is there's a lot of times where I've had sex quickly just fucking with online dating. You understand? So, True Blood, he said, Locario, you need to teach us how to set up more than 3 dates a day. I have so many pending chicks who think I'm not interested because I don't have time. That's funny. I actually talk about that on the Bad Boys Guide to Dating DVD about setting up the dates, but I'll probably get into that in a little while in a second. But I want to get back to this online shit, though, is that there's a lot of chicks that I was able to fuck with because of, the online dating thing. Meaning, there's times where I've matched with girls on Bumble or Tinder and met them within that hour, and then we were having sex within a few hours after that. You feel what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. I remember one chick, I matched with her around 7:30, met up with her at 9:30. We was fucking by 11:30. You understand? So I've had chicks who wanted me to come straight to their crib. I usually don't do that no more because that shit, I got terrible stories about that. But I've had chicks that was just like, yo, come straight to the house. You feel what I'm saying? Ron Miller, you said IG all day. That's another, you could do Instagram too. You can do that too. But you have to know how to do online dating to make it work. So that's another thing. So a lot of times guys aren't really down for it because they don't know how to make it work for them. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you know how to make it work for you though, then, you know, shit'll pop off. But let me see if I can, hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys my Tinder real quick. Let me see if I can block all the, I don't want to show nobody's pictures in that. And hold on. Let me see. Let me see. God damn. Hold on. I don't even know if I'm able to do this so you guys can see. But let me see if I can put this in a, all right. So you see on this, on the thing, it says search 859 matches, right? So this is just my Tinder. I got 859 matches. Now, mind you, this is like the third time I had to restart my Tinder. So on my last Tinder, I had about 1,500 matches. And then before that, I had about like 1,700 matches. So this is a Tinder that I just started again, like maybe like a month or so ago, or a few months ago, or whatever. So I'm just showing that, you know, it's that many chicks, you feel what I'm saying, that you could get on there if you know what you're doing. You see what I mean? And so that's, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of shit you can do with the online dating if you know how to do it. So imagine, you know, you're talking to this girls, whatever, and then you just, boom, what you up to tonight? Let's do this, let's do that. You feel what I'm saying? And like I said before, I'll show you my pictures again on the shit. So this is my you know, damn, my phone is dirty as shit. That's my main picture right there. That's another picture. Another picture. That's me at the seminar, me at the gym, and then one more picture right there. You feel what I'm saying? Sean John, you say you don't get 859 matches in a few months? Hell yeah, you can. You know how? Because I use this shit a lot. This is what I be trying to tell these cats. I use this shit a lot, right? You said Locario be swiping right on everybody. Exactly. I swipe right on a lot of chicks. I have the Tinder, what is it? The Tinder Pro thing where you get unlimited swipes. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's what you got to understand. So, you know, but that's what I'm saying. The online shit is another way to get the shit popping fast. Now, did I meet all 800 of these? Hell no. You understand? There's a lot of this. Some chicks on there that are attention whores. Some chicks on there who, you know, just want to talk on the site and all that other dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? True Bad, you say you have 748 matches and this is your 7th month. Exactly. That's not even 850 something. That's not even a lot really if you're really on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Nez, you said online only works if you're good looking. Nez, don't make me yo, look, let me tell you guys something. I seen Nez already. Nez is a good looking dude. He playing games. Nez is a good looking dude. He's playing games. Stop playing games, Nez. Nez, I was like, come on, Nez, stop it. Oh, man. Jesus said, you said, do I unmatch a chick if she's uncooperative? Sometimes I would, you know what I'm saying? Like if she's just annoying, I'm like, oh yeah, we're done. Or I just ignore her and just keep moving to the next chick. You feel what I'm saying? Yao Donnie said, "Why do women match on Tinder but respond?" What are you saying? Are you saying do they don't respond? Is that what you're asking? Man, but yeah, that's the 6 things right there, guys. Again, I'm gonna say it again. 6 tips on how to get it happening fast. See women as promiscuous. Work on your appearance. Build sexual tension. Make sure logistics is on point. Keep a rotation of women and use online dating. I'm telling you guys, use that shit. So because I'm trying to think of like how many women have I met from online dating. I'd say probably like shit within the past, I don't know, 5 years. Well, I don't know. I can't remember how much I met, but I'm sure I've had at least in the past 5 years. Shit, had sex with like just off the online dating joint. Had to have been like, I don't know, 60 or 70 chicks, if that much. Just from online, you know what I'm saying? Because I use online a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm busy as a motherfucker, so I'm be on online heavy. You know what I'm saying? So when I go out to events or stuff like that, if I see a chick, I'll still talk to her, holler at her. But, for the past, few years, it's been like, I'd say 85% online. And then the other stuff is like, me meeting chicks out here. But this is the funny part. It's easier for me, and I know it's easier for guys just in general to meet women in person. That's the ironic part is that, yeah, there's that convenience of online if you know how to do it, but it's so much easier with women in person. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the other end of the spectrum. You said I'm being conservative with the numbers. Oh, man. You said most of these chicks have guys and they're still online. Women love attention. Real talk. Bro, I met chicks who was cheating on their boyfriends. And I didn't find out till later. And I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I got some stories I'll probably tell y'all later. 646-481-3901 is the number. So you guys can call up if you got any questions. You feel me? He's how often you go out and how at first you find your niche, so to speak, for areas to chill and meet chicks. Well, it depends on your personality and like the shit you like to do. Like me, I'm not a big I'm not big on really hollering at chicks in the street too much. Like I'll do it if I see a chick I really want to holler at. But usually I'm more of like going to a bar, going to a club, going to an event type of dude. You understand? Like in certain situations, those type of situations, it's just more fun for me. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm like on a train or a bus and I see a chick I want to talk to, I'll do it. If I'm at a if I'm on the street and I just see a bad joint, I'm like, yo, she's fucking crazy, I'll do that too. But usually I like to go to different spots because that's just, this is more fun for me. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on?
Hello.
Yo.
Hello.
What's poppin'? Who's this? Can you hear me?
No, I'm doing here. This is Joshua Charles and shit. What's happening, Wade?
What's going? I'm good. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm just on PLF just now scrolling through and shit, and I was wondering though, like, does it really matter, like, how you talk to them really, or how your page look? Because like, it's like hundreds of messages coming through every day these girls is getting. So what I've seen is that they'll screenshot a thirsty ass nigga, or they'll screenshot a nigga who's just like, bitch, you mad, ugly, fuck out of here. But all the niggas in between is not really getting noticed.
You talking about for online dating? You talking about?
Yeah, online, yeah, on the PLF, on the tag, all that shit. One thing I got is Tinder really out there. I'm smashing girls, but that shit not on the level I want that shit to be. You feel me?
So you saying you smashing chicks, but not like the bad chicks you really want.
It's facts.
Right,
It's
right.
facts.
Well, that's the thing with online dating too, is that there's gonna be a lot of chicks on there where you know you're gonna find that may not necessarily be the type of chicks you really want, and then when you find the girls that you really want, they're flooded with like crazy dudes, like a whole bunch of dudes. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't even know it. You know?
Right.
And on top of that too, I really be talking to them though, like I'll be getting the truth out of bitches, so I know the exact details of what they be going through, all the I'll eat your ass niggas, all that shit. Like I get all that info and shit. I get the drop on them. But what I've been doing lately though, I'm telling the hoes I'm single. And like that shit not really popping really. I'm trying to figure out why.
So you say you tell them that you're single, and then what did they say? What did they say to
I
that?
be like, yo, let me see. I'm listening like the same information back to back with different bros and shit. They're like, fuck it. They ain't work too much effort and shit. So let me see what I'm saying.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing when it comes to online. Overall, whoever you message in, whoever you match with, whatever, it's really about moving fast with that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, even for example, the fact that chicks is getting a lot of dudes hollering, right? A lot of times that don't even matter. You understand? And what I mean is that a chick will get a lot of dudes hollering, but that same girl, she's still looking for a guy she wants to fuck with. She's still looking for a guy who's different than all the rest of the dudes. She's still looking for a guy who makes her feel a certain way. So when you stand out, for most of these guys out here, what's going to happen is she's going to be more drawn to you versus the other dudes, even if she got a whole bunch of cats in the inbox. Now, the thing is, let's say if it's something like Plenty of Fish or OkCupid or whatever it is, and she get a lot of messages, you feel what I'm saying? And she just doesn't see your message, it is what it is. But there's times where she'll see your shit, but if you come at her a certain way, it's going to be different than most other guys who don't really know how to say anything. So like 90% of the dudes on these sites don't know how to carry a conversation or talk to the chick or lead the situation to a date or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So if you know how to do that, you're going to be way ahead of most of the dudes anyway. So for example...
And I feel like, I feel like I am, you feel me? But the only problem I got is like, I'm actually following the rules, you feel me? So I actually know my work, you feel me? So I'm not going to be saying 3-4 messages to get one dry ass response.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Why? That's what I'm saying. Why would you be sending 3-4 messages though?
I'm not though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I feel like I'm not getting noticed. I know this dude's not even really hunting me, you feel me?
Right, but see, but that's the thing. If you're sending a message and she not responding, you just keep that shit pushing. The guys who are getting responses from that by sending her message back and forth, most of those guys are not getting the chick anyway. They're just getting a conversation. You feel what I'm saying?
So what's the point then? Why do you online then? You feel me?
Right. Well, the point is that you trying to get the girls that you want to get. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, so this is the thing. When it comes to online, because online is like, to me, is like the last resort type of shit. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning that, it's not, it shouldn't really be your only thing. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why for me is my main thing at the moment is because I'm extremely busy. And on top of that, I know how to weed out the chicks that I really want and the chicks that I ain't trying to fuck with. You feel what I'm saying? And so
on top of that too, son, it's your job, you feel me?
Right,
you know
right.
What I'm saying? Like, really, so these hoes is your job. Like, getting the PLF is you getting the paycheck. You feel me?
But that's the thing. But see, that's the thing though. The thing is, it's like this. Whatever you put out, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get back. So this is why I tell guys, I'm like, yo, listen, because for example, if you're on, like I had a friend who he would use Tinder and Bumble, all that other shit, but he was like, I'm not getting no results. So I said, what are you doing? So he told me he would be on there and he'll use it for like 20 minutes a day. And I'm like, nigga, you can't do nothing with 20 minutes a day. You understand what I'm saying? I'll be on this shit for like 6 hours a day. Not all straight 6 hours, but like while I'm taking a shit, I'm swiping. While I'm online waiting for my pizza, I'm swiping. While I'm on the bus or whatever, I'm swiping. While I'm listening to music and my headphones, I'm swiping and shit. So what it is that you're being consistent with it so that you build more numbers. So then the more numbers you build, the more access you have to more chicks who will be your type. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's like if you're not getting the chicks that you want, you got to go harder on there. And if you're still not getting the girls you want, you got to go outside the online and go to a bar or to a club or to, you see what I'm saying? So that's really all it is. You see what I mean? It's really just about the effort you want to put into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to be honest, son, like, I'm really just a greedy ass nigga, son. I actually do fuck with a lot of bitches, a lot more than regular niggas do.
Right.
But it's just the fact of, like, I'm not satisfied still. I feel like I can do better.
Right.
And that's what everything I do. But I'm going to tell you my message that I'll be sending out. And I want you to give me that's cool, or, nah, nigga, you bugging.
Right.
All right, so it's, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Joshua from New York. I'm single. I'm cool as fuck, real as fuck, funny as fuck, and all that. Hit me up. What you think?
That's it? That's the first message you sent him?
That's the first message.
Okay, now, this, first of all, I wouldn't send that message. I'm going to tell you why. Because that message sounds like you're trying to sell yourself to them. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're like, hey, I'm cool, I'm funny, I'm this, I'm that. You understand? Like, you're basically saying, hey, you sound like you're trying to get a job. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you see what I mean? Like, you're on an audition for this movie and you're trying to impress the casting director. That's how you sound.
Yeah, but listen, though, I feel you, though, but listen, though, I could be lying, though. I could be a nigga who really drives fucking whack. But because I am, I'm sticking myself. It's like a stink. You feel me? That's how I seen it. You tell me I'm wrong, I'm listening to you, but listen to how I seen it.
And so what I would say to you is, and this is the thing, all that stuff you're talking about, that's cool. Put that in your profile page of whatever, you know what I'm saying? If you see what I mean? That should be, and don't even just say you funny. Be like, write something funny. You understand?
Facts.
So
I'm thinking the same shit.
Right. So the thing is this, and this is for all you guys, if you're on an online thing, when you write in shit, you don't really want to, like, you want to be more descriptive about what you're looking for and the type of shit you want, but also you sometimes want to show and not tell. So don't just say, hey, I'm funny, because everybody's gonna say they're funny, everybody's gonna say they're cool or whatever, but write something funny in your profile so that when the girl sees it, she can see that you're funny. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the difference. So don't say I'm funny. Write something funny. You see what I mean? And then when you,
I'm gonna tell you what my about me say and what my starter is. My about me says, what you add to my life, positive support can make a change. So much money I had you spent on this site. If I message you, it means something. And then my starter is, I'm the coolest, realest guy you don't know.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? I like that you said if I message you, it means something. That's a good joint. You know what I'm saying? But what I would say to you is,
you can add it. You feel me? You know what I mean?
Right. So what I would say to you though is that your first message, and this is what makes things, this is what separates. Is going to separate the attention whores from the chicks that's actually going to try to fuck with you or whatever. Your first message to her basically should be about getting together. Basically should be about planning the date. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. So like, for example, when I match with a girl on Tinder, or if I'm hitting up a chick off of Bumble, whatever it is, what I say to her is, I'm not gonna say exactly what I say because I don't want y'all motherfuckers stealing my exact lines and gonna fuck my shit up. But basically what I do is I say some variation of like, hey, what's good? What are you up to this week? Let's get together and get a drink. You understand? That's the first thing I'm talking about. Like the first thing is let's what are we doing? Because I want to get into a conversation about us getting together. You understand what I'm saying? Because the thing with online is you want to get them offline as quick as possible. You understand what I'm saying? You want to get them offline as quick as possible. So usually what happens is, either I don't get a response back from the girl because usually those girls just want to chit chat all day, Or I'll get a response where a girl's saying, "Hey, what's up? I'm free Friday," and I'm like, "Cool, you know, meet me at so and so at this time, blah blah blah." You understand? And she's like, "Okay, cool," and I'll be like, "Here's my number. Text me your number." She texts me her number, and then once I got her on the phone now on my through the text, I'll be like, "Okay, cool. I'll see you on Friday at so and so," and then I'm done. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So no extra talking, no extra this, no extra that, because what it is with the online thing, there's a bunch of women on there who are just on there to chit chat all day, and they'll never meet up with you. They're gonna waste your time. You see what I'm saying?
Shit. But yeah, so I got one more thing though. I want to transfer those to real life, right? One time. But it's POS shit because I met her off POS. But my baby moms and shit, like, she hit me with a message like maybe 2-3 weeks ago, like, "Oh, I hate you. Fuck you. I hope you die. Fuck you and our daughter." Wow. I was letting her just talk about while the music was playing this shit. You feel me? But like my thing is like she begging me to get her back and shit, this shit like that. And today I finally like really like was like, "Yo, where you at?" Because I want to see my daughter. But what I want to know is like I don't want to like be on the child support hook or be on the we together hook because we had never really together since she's been pregnant. Like I told her what it was from the jump. And obviously she had the feelings because she went the fuck off. So how do I maintain what I'm doing without having to deal with Shorty, but still make her think I'm trying to fuck with her, but not really fuck with her? But you know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying.
So you trying to say, hold on, so you trying to say you want to make your baby mother think you still want to be with her so she don't put you on child support?
I don't know. Like, I want to cut it off, but I want to cut it off and like be on some friend shit. But I know she got feelings for me or shit.
You know she got what?
So it's like she got feelings for me though. Like, but the bitch goofy. Like I said, you told me you hate me, fuck the kid and all this shit like that. I can't really fuck with her, and I don't want to fuck with her. But she got other kids too, so I'm not gonna really fuck up my life just because I had a baby with you. Like, it's not really like fair to me.
Bruh, just yo.
But what about my daughter?
Bruh, just pay that child support. Pay that child support. And leave that chick alone, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And see your daughter and do what you got to do with your daughter. Don't get back with this girl. Don't play games with her. Don't pretend nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you want to get that energy away from you. Because if you indulge in that, it's just gonna bring more drama to your situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like, I've had Shorty cut ever since. You feel me? Like I wasn't like talking to this bitch for more than 2 seconds, like shit. You feel me?
Right.
But like, to me, like I said, I've been grinding my ass off. I took an 18-hour work days, you feel me? And my motivation is my baby girl, and I haven't been able to see her. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I know Shorty wanted to skirt off on me and go to Michigan or some shit. Like, right now I'm in Atlanta, I'm from New York, but I know she used to skirt up any second and shit. So it's like, I just want to like I said, just keep the peace, bro. Cause I know she fucking nutty. I ain't trying to fuck with her no more. But
right. I mean, well, yeah, you got to try to keep it, try to keep shit as cordial as you can. And figure out a way to see your daughter and all that, but don't do anything as far as trying to get back with her or even have her think it's some other shit that it ain't. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but my fear is like she a female stuff and she not logical. You know what I mean? So I cannot talk to her the way that I would understand. So I'm trying to figure out how do I keep talking to her and she still have these moments with her without shit going left, because I don't want her going into her female mind and shit and just jump up the cliff and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, the thing is this, as illogical as women are, they're not stupid. So the thing is, all you need to do is make sure that you are very stern and on point about what you're trying to do in the situation, and just do that and give her the minimal amount of energy with you. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, make sure if you got to pay child support, do what you got to do with that. See your daughter when you can see her, and then just keep that shit pushing. Like, don't get her to bait you or involve you in nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just keep a straight business with her. You see what I mean? And also, too, you got to take this as a lesson, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. You got to look at it as like, okay, well, the good part about this is that I know not to do this again with some other chick. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So so it is what it is. But yeah, just keep it straight business with her, and then, and shit'll be alright in the long run. Just don't start indulging in her energy and start going down that direction, and you should be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but son though, it's the last thing though. I know I ain't trying to make you laugh or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, sure you do got a fat ass. So
Oh
that's
my
why we
God,
do
this
shit,
nigga.
so.
Bruh, you bruh, stay away, bruh.
I'm
You
just saying,
crazy.
like, I might smash like once every now and then.
Nah,
Like, yeah,
don't, bruh. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You setting yourself up. This, see, that's why you got in the situation you're in now, bro. You gotta stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta quit that shit cold turkey, bro. Find another chick with a fat ass. You'll be alright. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I mean, like I said, I'm greedy though, son. Just like you, I'm greedy, son. So
You say
like,
I'm greedy, but I ain't stupid. That's all I'm saying. So you gotta.
talk that shit.
I'm telling you. So you got it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, bro. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man.
Yeah.
All right, be safe, man. Man, I'm telling you, you guys, you gotta learn how to walk away from that bullshit. Okay, exactly. That's what you said. See, that's why he's fucking up. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You fucking up because you're like, yo, but the ad. I'm like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Yo, man. I don't fuck with chicks that's on some bullshit. I'll be like, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done. That should be that's too much. You need your peace of mind, people. I'm telling you. Don't be fucking around. Don't be fucking around with that bullshit. So calling number 646-481-3901. Billy, you said, how can us men be less sensitive? Hold on, let me take this call real quick. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, this is Jay from Seattle.
What up, bro? What's going on?
Yo, I got a question, man.
Mm-hmm.
How I deal with females at work that's on some attention horse shit?
Mm. What do you mean?
I mean, we cool and everything. I ain't got to worry about these bitches telling on me or nothing like that, but I notice, like, when I try to ignore them or some shit, then they always come back at me like they try to, like, start some shit up. And I'm like, but at the same time, like, it's been times where we were supposed to hang out, and then they just flake on me.
Well, that's
like,
because...
I know that I got to be cordial with them.
Well, but see, you got to understand something. You got to understand something. Hold on, you got to understand something. This is why I be telling guys, don't worry too much about chicks at work. Because the fact is, see, work is like the best place for a woman to be an attention whore. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a attention whore wonderland. Why? Because they can be as flirty and as whatever they want to be, but because you at work, they know you can't really go in on them. You feel like you can't really do much. So this is why they'll flake and do all this other stuff because they're not really trying to get at you. You understand what I'm saying? They're just using the it's like, you know, they say, I got my work boyfriend, you understand, or whatever. It's like they just play around with you at work, but they're not really trying to make nothing happen. So this is why when you say, yo, let's hang out after work, let's go get a drink, let's do something, they'll flake because they're not really trying to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of attention whores. So just ignore those chicks and, you know, talk to girls outside your work. Don't worry about them work chicks. You know what I'm saying? Because if they actually wanted to make something go down, they would make it go down. You understand? So don't worry about none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know.
All right.
All right, bro?
Cool. Thanks, man.
All right, man. Be safe.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Don't these guys, don't worry about that work shit, man. If she want to get at you, she get at you. I remember I was working at this gym and this chick, she just got at me heavy. I was like, all right, she invited me to get a drink. You know what I'm saying? So they want to do it, they going to do it. Yo, what's going on? You. The hell? Still bugging. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? Locario, this T out in Los Angeles.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, just chilling.
Hold on. You on speakerphone or something? Because you sound like you're in a hallway far away, man. What's up with your phone?
I'm gonna talk louder, but I have to be on speaker because something wrong with my non-speaker for some reason.
Oh my God. Okay, well, make it quick. But what's good?
Okay, so logistics. I wanted to know regarding logistics. So basically, logistics is a big part of the deal when trying to meet up with chicks in general, whether you cold approach them, or whether you try to meet up with them from some online app or website. So basically, when you send them the address to finally meet up, and what's your thoughts about? I know you said before that you'd rather meet a chick at a close by spot to your crib, like for the most part, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you so when you send them the address, pretty much you always. What about chicks that on certain apps you can see their mileage and they might live kind of far away? What's your thoughts on chicks that try to switch up, where you meet up? Like, do you feel like I guess some chicks like to switch. Of course some chicks some chicks I didn't meet up with because they wanted to switch. The spot
switch the location.
At,
Yeah, well, if a chick is switching the location, you charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because
so you should be in control of the location when y'all first meet up.
Yeah, hell yeah. Because look, this is the thing. If the greatest thing ever is, let's say if a girl's like far away from you, and you say, "Yo, meet me here," and here is like, let's say a few blocks from your crib. And let's say she's like an hour away and she actually comes through, that is showing extreme, interest. You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm talking to a girl, because remember, this is what I want you guys to understand. If a girl really is into you and is actually excited to see you, she's going to do whatever she can to make it happen, right? So she's not going to ruffle any feathers or make anything inconvenient for you. So, for example, I remember I told this girl to meet me in Brooklyn at one point. We was online talking, and I said, "Yo, meet me at this spot in Brooklyn." You understand? And she was like, I'm gonna be coming from the Upper West Side, which is like an hour away. But she was like, "But if you want me to meet you there, that's cool. I'll still meet you there." So she's basically telling me like, "Yo, I'm far away. But if you want me to meet you there, I'll do it." You understand? But what happened was, I realized that I was going to be in that area anyway around a certain time. So I said, well, what I'm going to do is meet me at this spot. It was like halfway or whatever, right? And I was like, we'll just meet there. You understand? But the thing was, at first, she said, "I'll meet you all the way where you want to meet me." You feel what I'm saying? And so because I already knew she was interested, that's what compelled me to even still fuck with her. But if I said to her, "Meet me in Brooklyn," and she's like, "No, I don't want to do that. Can we meet here?" I would have charged her to the game. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking for the interest. I'm looking for her cooperation for me to even fuck with her at all. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, now in the game, how many? Okay, that's you meeting her in a public spot. In the game, how many dudes are really asking chicks straight over to the crib without even going on a public meetup date or whatever? What percentage of dudes are doing that, and aren't they dealing? I know there is a small percentage of dudes doing that, but they're dealing with high rejection meetup numbers for sure, right? Way higher, right?
No, there's a few guys. Well, I say there's a small percentage of guys doing that because most guys, don't have the balls to do it, or they don't know how to do it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, you could hit a chick up on the joint and just have her come straight to the crib. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is, though, is that, a lot of guys don't know how to do that type of situation, which is why they don't. Or they're too scared to do it, which is why they don't. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's and the thing is, you're gonna have certain girls not want to do it. You feel what I'm saying? Just like anything else. You're going to have certain girls who don't want to even go on a date with you. You're going to have certain girls who don't even want to go, hang out and just get a drink or whatever. So the same thing happens or applies for coming straight to your house. But again, remember the interest level is the key, because the girl who is interested will come through. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. What would make you pitch? Because you either got to pitch one or two offers. You either got to pitch an offer to meet up at a public spot, or you can pitch an offer to meet up directly at your crib. So you know what? Because I have pitched both offers before, and of course more chicks reject the straight to the crib offer. But Yeah, like what would make you decide on what chicks to choose to send, pitch the offer to come straight to the crib versus, meeting them in public?
Well, it depends. It depends on you though, because like for example, me, I usually like to tell a chick to meet me in public because I don't know this chick yet. You feel? And I've been in situations where I've went straight to a girl's house or she's come straight to my shit, and it was chicks that I wish I didn't do that with because they was on some bullshit. So my thing is I want to get a feel for the girl before I let her know where I live, or you understand, or even if I'm going straight to her spot, you understand, because I don't really know her like that. So that's one of the reasons. Now, there are situations where, let's say if I'm chatting on the joint with her or whatever, and I get a certain vibe, and let's say if we talk on the phone for a little bit, then I'd be like, all right, cool, come through, or I'll come straight to your spot. You feel what I'm saying? But if I gotta get a feel for the chick first before I really just, go through. So that's what is sort of the difference.
So do you think you could get that feel over a phone call? Or you feel like I get it. It is better than meet her in person overall.
Yeah, I usually like to meet in person. I want to see the body language. I want to be like in person with the girl to like get the vibe from her, because there's times I've been on dates where I could tell the girl isn't comfortable, like with me, or just she's not comfortable. Like I could just tell and I could feel it. So I would rather be out getting a drink with you and you be uncomfortable versus having you at my crib and you uncomfortable. You feel what I'm saying? And so now if I'm at the spot with you and I see that you're comfortable, then yeah, let's go back to the crib. So that's a better situation in my experience versus you coming over and then you're uncomfortable and now it's just this awkward, weird shit, and then I don't want any type of communication happening now. It's just a bunch of bullshit, especially the way chicks are nowadays. So I want to feel the girl out first, and then I'm like, all right, she's cool. Let's make it happen. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you. That's for, I feel you with logistics. Yeah.
Right, but again, it's all about you, because me, I've been in situations where I've dealt with crazy ass chicks, and if I would have actually like went out with them first, I would have saw they was crazy and never been in a situation with them. You know what I'm saying? At the crib or whatever. You see what I mean? So that's just one thing. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen all the time like that, but I just had enough experiences to where I've seen it be on some bullshit to where I don't want this girl knowing where I live. I don't want to be in her space because I've been in. Okay, for example, I was over this girl's house one time, right? And we was sort of messing around, but then she started saying some weird shit and like acting funny. So I said to her, I said, "Listen, I'm a bounce because I'm not really, I don't really feel like doing this right now, whatever, right?" This chick fucking tried to like not let me leave the house, meaning she was, like when you see a dad is walking out the house and their little kid or little girl tries to hold their leg so they can't move. She was doing shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking blocking the door so I can't leave type shit. You see what I mean? So I'm like, I don't want to be in no situation like that. You see what I mean? Because I'm like, you crazy. I don't know what you gonna say I did, or you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, yo, I'm just leaving. Like, I'm good. You see what I'm saying? So if I would have took her out for a drink, I would have probably sensed all that, because I felt it as soon as I walked in her house. You feel what I'm saying? So if I would have took her out on a drink, I would have been like, okay, this chick's kind of crazy. I'm gonna call it a night. I ain't really going with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I've been in those situations. You see what I mean?
So you got spots bookmarked, like, because I know you're in New York. So you got your spots bookmarked. You're like, that's close to you pretty much, that you meet up with a chick for at a drink, like, and you just send her that address and see how she responds to that, pretty much, right?
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Or, there's been situations where I wasn't able to bring a chick back to my spot. So what I would do is I would find out where she lives, right? Then I would find a spot near where she lives. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll go there, and then what happens is that if she's cool, and I'm like, okay, I'll tell her, you're like, oh, yo, let's go back to your place. Or sometimes she'll even say it before I say it. You see what I mean? And then so we just, make it happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Before trying to go over to her place, we should try to find out her to make sure it is cool for sure. Yeah.
Right, that too. You know what I'm saying? You just want to feel this shit out. So again, you can still get girls to come straight to your crib, or you could go to girls' crib straight through, and that's at your own discretion. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying, just from experiences that that wasn't only experience. I've had other experiences where, you meet a chick and it's like, it's some catfish shit. You understand what I'm saying? She don't look as good as you thought. You feel me? So now you at the girl's crib, and you know what I mean? It's just like, nah, this is stupid. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a catfish situation because you met her by cold approach and not online. Because that's the thing about online. That's the thing about online. But yeah, because they can look.
Well, yeah. If you meet a girl through actual like you've met her before, that's another thing. I thought you were talking about just online, because if it's online, you get catfish.
I'm talking about both. Yeah.
Say it again.
I'm talking about both, like online and in person.
Okay, yeah, it's different. It's different things. So let's talk about if you meet a girl in person. Yeah, if you meet a girl in person, then yeah, just tell her to come straight to the crib because you felt her out already. You feel what I'm saying? So if you go to a bar tonight and you meet some chick, you understand what I'm saying? And you feeling her out, you could say, yo, come back to the spot right now. Or even if you don't get to get her that night, you hit her up and say, yo, come to the crib tomorrow or some shit. You see what I'm saying? Because you've already did it.
So that's the benefit. That's the benefit of cold approaching. That's the benefit of cold approaching versus online, that you can get her to come back to your crib quicker, and you don't have to worry about catfish, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, shout out to my dude Moving in Silence in the chat. He was saying that you could also FaceTime a chick if she's on, you meet her online. You could do the FaceTime thing, but even still, I just like to meet the chick in person, because also too, again, when I meet her in person, I'm still testing her to see how receptive she is to me while we're in person, while we're together. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, let me ask you this. What's your take? I know before you said that you try to make sure she pays on the first meetup, like if you getting drinks, even if you're not really getting nothing, but you at a bar, you got to get a drink or something. But you want to make sure. Like I know a lot of dudes, are in the camp of, yo, I'm gonna pay for her. I invited her out. What you think about dudes that are in that camp, or versus the dudes that be like, I'm down to go Dutch. I'm down to put in my house. She put in to pay for her drink.
Right.
Versus dudes be like, I invited her, so I'm gonna pay for her drink. What's your thoughts on that?
Right. Well, the thing is, as long as what you're doing, and I actually it's funny, I talked about this on the Bad Boy show the other day. Me and Miles talked about this, but as long as what you're doing on the date or on the time you're dealing with the girl is what you want to do, then it's all good. So if you're the type of guy who likes to pay, then fuck it, just pay what you're gonna do. Pay what you're gonna pay. I just like to see what a girl's gonna do without me prompting her to do it, because I'm trying to see her character. Just in general. So every time when I'm out with a chick, let's say if I go to get a drink with a girl, I'm like trying to see, okay, is this girl going to try to chip in? Is she going to try to get the next round? Is she expecting me to pay for everything? So based off of how that is, then I'm like, I look at her and I put her in a certain category. You see what I'm saying? So it's just me sort of testing her to see where I want to put her in my situation, because I don't see, this is the thing. I'm not really like a one night stand dude. You understand it? And for me personally, I know some dudes like it. I'm not really a one night stand dude. I like to see how a chick or chicks can fit in my situation or fit in my life. You understand? If I'm even just going to have her as a fuck buddy or whatever. But I still want to be around a certain character and caliber of woman, even if it's just a fuck buddy. Even if it's just a one night stand. This is why I was saying earlier, there were girls that I've dealt with who I could have fucked them, but I didn't. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is that I'm telling myself, and my subconscious, that I only want to really engage and give a woman who's worth my time and my sex and my energy. I only want to give a woman that if she's worth it. And so this is why I'm evaluating her on that date. I'm evaluating, okay, are you worthy of dealing with me? Period. You see what I'm saying? Because what I have to give a woman is so much shit that I'm not just gonna give it to someone who who's not worth it, who's not ready for that shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother level of shit. That's a whole nother joint. You feel what I'm saying? But that's kind of like how I do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. Another thing, what you thought about? I know, like, I was listening to the Bad Boy show. Yeah, what you thought about, like, the Bow Wow situation and everything? You have anything to say, like, about that? Like,
yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't really know too much about what happened specifically. All I heard was like him and his girl had a fight, and I saw the picture where he's supposedly had all them scratches on him or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, look, if you fighting with your girl, you understand, to that extent, you fucking up. And especially if, a dude like Bow Wow, or even I remember something happened with Chris Brown where he was messing with that chick Karuchi or something like that. I can't remember her name, but he was like chasing her around after she didn't want to be with him or whatever. It's like,
I remember that.
Like dudes got to understand their value, man. It's like, there ain't going to be no fighting like that with me and some chick. You understand what I'm saying? And if it ever even needed to get to that point, we're done. But this is why I say that I vet chicks very carefully before I take them seriously to even deal with them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
so you think Bow Wow probably ain't vet that chick like he was really supposed to. Huh?
Right, exactly. Because a lot of dudes, this is what a lot of dudes do. They see a girl, they think she's hot, they're like, oh, she's bad, they want to smash. They smash, and then they end up like just cuffing her. You understand? And so, and they didn't realize that this chick is kind of crazy. This chick is on some bullshit. This chick, you know what I'm saying? So this is why when I deal with a chick, it's like I gotta ask her some questions. I gotta see what she's about. I gotta see how she moves. I gotta see, is she coachable? Is she gonna listen to me? This is why even earlier when you were saying, if a girl tells you, hey, let's do this instead of this, it's like, hell no, I don't even want to fuck with you now. Because I need for the girl I'm talking to follow my instructions, to follow my lead, because that's going to set the precedent of what I need her to do for the rest of the time I'm with her. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how, and this is why a lot of dudes don't really know how to keep the shit going, because or to manage it right, because they're just like, oh, she got a fat ass. Like even the other caller earlier, he was like, yo, my baby mother's on some bullshit. Should I leave her alone? But then he's like, but damn, she got a fat ass. So he's still trying to get at her.
Well, yeah,
you see what I mean? Right, you see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying, where dudes got to get a little bit more strategic and be a little bit more above the bullshit when it comes to dealing with women. You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily just about sex. Like even I've said this before, like this book that I have, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, right? Part of why I even came out with a book like this and why I stress sex is because I want guys to have as much sex as they possibly can. And the reason why is because usually what happens is this. When you're a guy who has so much sex and you've had a lot of chicks and you've fucked the type of girls you wanted to fuck and all this other stuff, what happens is that you usually reach a different level of awareness where you're like, yo, this ain't it. This ain't all it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this isn't all that there is to it. But you're not going to know that until you do it. You feel what I'm saying? So I always use it as the, like Jim Carrey said this. He was like, he wishes that people could be rich and famous so they can realize that that's not what's going to make them happy. You see what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing with this, where guys got to get above you got to get beyond the sex in order to really, you understand what I'm saying? See what this is really all about, because that's how you really get to that point. You really see what you're trying to make happen or whatever. So I'm at that stage where I'm like, I'm looking at women in a way where it's not just about fucking you. Because I could fuck whoever. I could have sex with a lot of different chicks. All y'all got vaginas. You feel what I'm saying? So what is it that you're going to bring to my life? What are you going to do to benefit my life? And if you're not going to benefit my life, I don't need you. You understand? I don't need you around me, because all you're going to do is bring shit down or bring negative energy. So this is why I evaluate the chicks. This is why, you know, when I with the chick and I see that she's on some bullshit, I'm like, I'm not going to have sex with you. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to fuck you. You see what I mean? Because what it is that everything about me is valuable. You see what I'm saying? Most dudes don't value their dick. This is why they so scared to approach a girl. This is why they're scared to, you know, make anything happen with chicks, because they don't see themselves as valuable in any aspect. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to look at yourself as valuable in all aspects, so that when you're dealing with girls, now it goes from you trying to sort of get the girl to you seeing girls and saying, look, I'm going to need you to show me why I should even fuck with you, which is a whole different mind frame of dealing with women, which gets you and attracts more women to you. You understand what I'm saying? Because women, understand this, women want to chase men. They want to chase dudes. Women want to be on the end where they're thinking about you, wondering about you, crying at home, wondering if you like them or not. They want that shit. But dudes rob them of that by being fucking lame and simps and being a guy who, you know, is so thirsty for pussy.
A lot of dudes, some dudes most dudes are better, beta type that, that do follow the chicks program, you know what I'm saying, and not establish their own program for the chick to follow.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing. And see,
for example, like that Tinder, you remember that Tinder chick? The Tinder trap chick, she got hundreds of dudes that meet her in New York City.
Exactly.
Dudes are following her program.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And this is why I be telling dudes, this is why, I'm always quick to tell cats, yo, charge some of these chicks to the game, bro. Like, it's okay, because you're going to have to do that. Because understand this, some women's comfort zone is beta males. You understand what I'm saying? That's their comfort zone. See, women, let me tell you something. Women love beta males. Don't get it twisted. Women fucking love beta males, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why they love beta males is because beta males are safe. Beta males are guys that women can usually control. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is they feel safe in that situation. What happened?
I said, a lot of women like that control. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And so they love that shit. So what happens is that sometimes they meet a dude who's like more of an alpha male guy, and they're like, well, I can't control this motherfucker, so fuck this guy. I'm gonna keep it moving. Or what's gonna happen on the flip side is that you're gonna have a woman who is like, damn, I actually want a guy who's on point like this, and that turns them on, and that makes them want to deal with you. You see what I mean? But again, you have to have yourself at a certain standard. You feel what I'm saying? So that women actually are chasing you. They want your approval. They want, because you stand out. You're different than the beta males that they're used to. Because understand, it's like this. You know when you see a girl who's like a 10, a chick who's like super bad, and then you have the girls who you would probably consider like a 6. You understand?
Yeah.
For women, the beta males are the 6s. The alpha males, the most attractive guys are the 10s. But again, her comfort zone is the 6s, just like most men's comfort zone is the 6. You see what I'm saying? But what she really wants is the 10, just like you really want the 10. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that a woman, if she really wants that guy, right? She's going to come at him a certain way, meaning she's going to do whatever she feels she needs to do to get him. And what that means is she's going to be extremely cooperative. She's going to make it easy for that guy because she wants to be a part of that situation. So this is why I was saying earlier, if a girl, you tell a girl, hey, meet me here. And she's like, oh, no, could you meet me here? All she's really telling you is she doesn't see you as that guy who she needs to submit to. She doesn't see you as that guy who she needs to bend over backwards for. You see what I'm saying? Because if you were that guy, and you said, "Hey, meet me here," she'd be like, "Oh, cool. Of course, I'll meet you there." She'd be like, "Oh, I live all the way uptown, but you know what? If you want me to meet you there, I'll be there." You understand? That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always looking for that cooperation, because her cooperation is sending me a message. It's sending me a message that she sees me as that guy. She sees me as that dude. You see what I mean?
Why do so many dudes get caught up in following the chick program?
Because, but that's what I'm saying. Because they're on that beta male shit. Beta males follow chicks programs. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Beta alpha, it could be nice guy, bad boy. It could be, player, simp, whatever. All the same shit. But what it is that those guys follow the woman's program because those guys, they don't see value in themselves. They see value in the girl. You see what I'm saying? The thing is, the thing is, this is the thing. I see value in women as human beings. You understand? But when it comes to them being with me in a relationship, what makes a woman valuable is how she is in relation to me. You see what I'm saying? Meaning, right? You see what I'm saying? How much she like she's valuable in relation to how cooperative she is to me. How much she's following my instructions. All those different things. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. That's how you got to look at it. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah, appreciate the game, man. But y'all let you get.
That's what's up, bro.
Sure.
Appreciate the call, bro. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Peace.
Thanks.
But yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. You guys, when you got to get to that other level of the shit, man. You got a lot of cats out here. They still just trying to get pussy, man. I'm like, I feel you, but damn. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yo, this is James the Jedi.
What up? What's going on, bro?
Hello, this is Locario, man. I called about in November of last year, but anyways, man, I just appreciate the game you just dropped. You just answered a bunch of my questions, but I got one simple question. Does simp energy rub off on people? Because I got a homie that I be studying material and shit, and this dude, he's kind of older. He's like 53. I'm in my late 20s, and he's always telling me what I'm doing is wrong, and it got me all fucked up.
So he's on some simp shit, and he's like, "Oh, what you doing is wrong," and all that shit.
Yeah, like telling girls to come straight to my house. I want to smash. I want to hook up. Just being honest.
Right.
That's what it just got me confused like a motherfucker, because I spend a lot of time with this dude because he's like kind of like my mentor. But just when it comes to the games, he be getting played and all this shit, spending money on females, and like I don't like to spend money on females unless I slept with them. Right. So like, what should I do?
I mean, well, that's the thing. You got you can't really listen to him on that. You gotta understand. Some people just don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Like, their reality is a certain way, and they've been brought up a certain way. So what you're talking about to him sounds foreign. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds crazy, and also understand that that's part of their identity, meaning that that's how they view the world of dating and what they do. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that you're talking about sounds crazy to him. You understand what I'm saying? But you gotta understand. You gotta understand that, certain dudes just don't know no better, unfortunately. And so I'm sure that in his situations with women reflect his beliefs. You feel what I'm saying? So
all right.
You know what I mean? Because I'm sure if you dig deep and ask them like, so what's going on with you and these ladies out here? You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell you a bunch of bullshit. He gonna say, oh yeah, well he ain't gonna be talking about, oh, I'm out here making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because based on what he's talking about a whole bunch of other stuff that doesn't really work when it comes to actually applying game. You feel what I'm saying? So, because if he's saying, "Oh, you can't do it," because he's probably one of them dudes that think, "Okay, well, you can't talk about sex with a girl, and you got to take her on 3 dates, and you got to get to know her, and you got to talk to her on the phone all day," and he's probably one of those guys. You understand what I'm saying? So
for real.
Right. So just don't let that get. Just don't. You gotta ignore that shit and understand that most people out here are gonna be on that shit because they don't understand. They don't know. Even this is why you can't even listen to certain women sometimes because women, you know, a lot of guys listen to women. They'll say, "Oh, you know, this girl told me this or this girl told me that." Now there are some girls who understand the game. Then there's some girls who are speaking on emotion. So they'll say, "Oh, I don't like when guys approach me in the street." So if you listen to her and think that, you're gonna think, "Damn, well, I guess I should stop approaching girls in the street." But then that's your bad for listening to her because she was only talking through emotion. She basically really said, "I don't like when guys I don't like approach me in the street." You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean?
That makes sense.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, women are gonna talk through emotion, and simps are gonna talk through their simp experience. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a trip because when I was in school and I was like falling back, I was like talking to him and shit. Like that's how I was getting it in, man. It's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy, but since I've been out and I've been spending more time with him and shit, it's just like, damn, my shit went down. But I'm not gonna lie to you, he do be getting females, but on some friendship shit.
That's
and
what I'm
then, like,
saying.
I be feeling like talking to him, and they be feeling me too. But he one of them jealous types.
See, exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, you just said it right there. You say he probably has a whole bunch of chicks who he trying to probably get with. They got him in a friend zone. He thinks that he's getting somewhere. You feel what I'm saying? They probably giving him, you know, they're pretending that it could be something. He's like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with her, and then I'm gonna ask her out, and then and they just playing this dude. You feel what I'm saying? Or what happens is simps will get girls, but what they'll get girls who are very, you know, aggressive and dominant. So what happens is that they become like the bitch in the situation. So they'll get a girl, but they, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
Right. Those are the type of dudes who get married, and then their girl get mad at them, and then they end up sleeping on the couch. You feel what I'm saying? Those type of niggas. You see what I mean? Like those couch sleeping ass niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what happens.
Man, it's crazy that mindset thing, man.
Right.
Like. I don't put up with shit no more, man. It's crazy. Even the way I talk is a little bit different and shit. Like, I feel a little bit better about myself. I just like the spiritual aspect of it.
Right.
That's what it is, man. It's like, damn. But anyways, thank you, man. Everybody get the Bad Boy membership.
That's
for real.
what's up.
It really
Real
works.
talk.
And I'll tell you, man, I was afraid of approach. I think I made it out of first grade. Like, approach ain't shit.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. Man, I appreciate the call, man. All right, I'm out.
All right, have a blessed day.
Peace. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, these dudes out here, simping heavy. Yo, what up?
Well, what's good?
What's going on? Who's this?
It's your boy Mark.
Mark, all right, what's good, bro?
Alright. Shit, man, I'm just getting off work right here downtown. I holler at a couple women, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Shit, but the topic is what? Getting more sex and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just caught you after I got off. Yeah, man, I had this one situation like a couple months ago when I was back at this job at McDonald's, per se. I had this one little tick, you know what I'm saying, man? You know how you say you're dating, like your dating round would be like going to bars and everything like that?
Right.
Hey, I had a little phase, man. It was the workplace. So,
okay.
I would go in the workplace and shit, man, and just, you know, get cool with the managers and all that, and cool with the employees. So I had this one little chick just came to the job and everything. So I'm talking to her, rapping to her, I'm letting her know, like, shorty, you cute, man. I'm trying to get with you. We got to make something happen.
Right.
So she was down for it. You know, I got a number and everything. I'm trying to get her out on a date. But that's what I said, but I actually told her, like, yeah, just come over to the crib.
Right.
And, like, she ain't want to come to the crib. She tried to, like, tell me to take her on a date first. I'm like, you want to go on a date? But I mean, like, we can go on a date afterwards. Just come to the crib. Right. I'm trying to make this happen with you real quick. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, I would be at work, right? Because it's like I seen her probably like 2 days out of the week. Maybe 4. Every night, it was overnight. So, you know, the managers would be gone and shit in that office and everything. Man, I'll be kissing up on that shit, putting on the
So wait, so hold on. So this is a girl you working with you kissing up on her and all of that, and then you tell her, hey, come to the crib, and she's talking about she want to go on a date.
Exactly.
Man, fuck all that. That's done. You gotta charge her ass. It's over.
Exactly.
Charge
so,
her.
I mean, I charged her. Look, listen, I charged her, but I tried to finesse it maybe like 3 or 4 days after that. I was still trying to finesse it, man, and it was just going down the drain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what happened was after I actually, was flirting with her and shit, making the tension really hot, and she declined to come to the crib. I kept going, and as I kept going, I could actually see the games coming to me in full effect, like disrespect, not full disrespect, but a lot of game plan, a lot of slick.
Oh yeah, and that's
what I'm saying.
That's what's going to happen too, and see that's the thing. Look, that's what I want to tell you guys. You look, you gotta understand when a girl does shit where you tell her to do something and she doesn't, and then you continue to give her attention, the disrespect is going to happen. It's on its way. The disrespect is going to go down because what you're basically saying is that I don't respect myself, which is why I'm still hollering at you. So she's like, well, you don't respect yourself, so why should I respect you? Because I already told you I ain't doing this, and you still giving me attention. So it's almost like she's like, I could do anything to you, and this is what makes her, not want to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? It's simple as that.
My question is this, though. I got one question. This is out of experience. It's been plenty of times, right? But you know how you can meet a female and shit. And it's like, all right, that situation, I was trying to get her to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I almost know for a fact, like I'm 100% sure, if I'd have actually came towards it with let's go out on a date and everything, and made that happen, I could have did everything on the date for sexual tension and actually bring her back to the crib. Because the thing is, I actually think, well, from my experience, I'm pretty young, 22 and shit. A lot of girls around my age range is like they really look at dates and shit to a high standard,
No, that's not. That's not what it is, though. You know what it is that look, because guys be thinking it. Because I know what you're saying. Because I've had guys say this too, where they'll say, well, if I didn't tell her to come straight to the crib, or if I didn't tell her I just wanted sex, right?
Yeah.
Then if I would have took her on a date and then sort of like took it slow and finessed it, then maybe she would have had sex with me. You see what I'm saying? And so now this is the thing.
I want to take it slow though. I want to take it slow.
No, I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying. Like you're saying basically like instead of telling her, hey, let's just do this off bat,
right.
You're saying let me take you on a date first and then we'll do this. You feel what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is that none of that shit matters. You see what I mean? Because if the girl wanted to get it on with you and get it going, she would have got it going. Like a girl doesn't need a date in order to want to have sex with you. You see what I'm saying? If the girl wants to have sex with you, she'll have sex with you, period. So you could go on a date with her and, get sexual with her and then she'll still fuck you. But that same girl who fucked you while you did all that on the date would have been the same girl who would have fucked you without the date. You see what I'm saying? So guys think that it's the date, or they think they got to spend more time on the phone, or they think they got to spend more time getting to know her. It's none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any girl,
none of that shit.
Right? Any girl you went on a date with, you understand what I'm saying? And she fucked you. She would have fucked you without the date in most cases. Now there are times where there are girls who, let's say for example, you're dealing with a girl who she likes you, but she's not like all the way like excited about you, whatever. So you may go on a date or spend time with her, and then as time goes on, she may you may do something or say something that influences her to actually want to make it happen at that point. But usually, if a girl fucks you after you went on a date with her, like a first date, she would have fucked you without the date. That's usually what would have happened. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Understandable. Now, I got one more situation for you. All right. I was talking to this one little chick, got off DMs and everything. Slid on DMs and shit. It was probably like 19 or whatever. Cool. I got a kid and whatever. So I'm not trying to date this chick. I'm just trying to crack and get out of it. So I didn't have my vehicle at the time, so the situation for me is kind of weird because it's like she lives far as fuck, and I live far. I'm damn well not going to her, so I gotta try to get her to come to me. And me trying to get her to come to me, I'm saying where her interest at. So I might have been talking to this girl for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is this: in the 2 weeks I was talking to her, I never took her out on a date. Wasn't planning to take her out on a date. As I was talking to her throughout the 2 weeks, right? I would probably talk to her one day, don't hit it up 2 or 3 days, you know what I'm saying? And then come back on the second day, you know, the day, like a day after that, and then see what's going on. Like, all right, you busy this weekend? She like, I'm doing this, doing that. All right, cool. Don't talk to her for 3 or 2 days. Then hit her up. All right, what's up? So as I hit her back up, I'm like, all right, what's going on today? Like, you want to try to make it happen? Like, and she pretty much going with it. Like, yeah, I'm going to come down there and shit, you know. I'm going to catch a hack. I'm like, I ain't responding. She like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to just catch the bus. I'm like, all right, cool. Send her my address and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this was like, this is what happened, though. Out of those 2 weeks that I was talking to her and I was, like, hitting her up, and, like, off and on and shit, not really giving her that much attention, she was like, yeah, you know, like, she actually told me this. And it was funny as fuck because she was like, yeah, like, you ain't hitting me up like that. I be calling you and shit, and you don't answer for like 2 days or 3 days. I don't know if like maybe you doing that to keep me interested or some shit. But if you don't call, I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. I'll still be waiting for you.
So wait, so my question is, okay, so the thing is, you were texting and calling her for 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Correct.
So what were you talking to her about?
No, I want to talk to her about shit. You know what I'm saying? I just was giving her a little pinch of attention here and there to keep her, you know, to string her along long enough for me to actually get the situation rolling. Like, if I was having the house paid up and shit, and saying, will she be able to come down this day or come down this next weekend? You know what I'm saying?
And what was the last thing she said to you? What was the last thing y'all talked about?
Oh, the last thing we talked about was her ready to catch the bus and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then she was supposed to catch the bus, right? And then she was like, I hit up. I'm like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And then she was like, oh, I got caught up with this baby shit and blah, blah, blah. And I just blocked her. You know, so I just blocked her right there, like right there. And there.
So wait, so she was catching a bus to come see you?
Supposedly.
Oh my goodness. So this is what happened. You spent 2 weeks giving this girl a lot of attention. And
not a lot.
Nah, that's still, you gave her a lot of attention. If you're talking to a girl for 2 weeks, that's a lot of attention.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, and this is what you need to do from now on. Don't talk to no girl for 2 weeks. You understand what I'm saying? All you do is this. You say, yo, you hit her up, be like, when are you free to get together? You understand what I'm saying? And then you set a date, and then you get together with her. That's it. So if she says,
no, see the thing is this though. I wasn't setting no date, right? She already know that we was going to get it together and bang. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about setting the date, meaning set the time when y'all gonna meet up.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So you don't need to do that. You don't have to do that for 2 weeks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so let's say for example, you said to her, yo, when are you free to get together so we can hook up? Right? And if she says, oh, I'm not going to be free for like another 2 weeks, you'd be like, all right, cool. Well, listen, let's get together next Friday at this time. You come take the bus and come through and holler at me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you don't need to call her again until like that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like throughout the 2 weeks, right, man? You got look, Locario. Throughout the 2 weeks, right? I was just checking in with her to see what she going to bring her ass to my house.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. You're not listening to me. No, you're not listening to me. You wouldn't need to check in to see when she gonna come to your house if you already set the date of when she's supposed to come to your house in the first place. That's what I'm saying. You got to set the time already. You see what I'm saying? So when you first pick up the phone or you text her or whatever, before you get off the phone or before whatever, you should have a date set. You say, so let's say today right now is February 4th, right? Let's say she's not free till February 15th. You say, listen, on February 15th, you're going to take the 4 o'clock bus to come meet me at my spot at 6. And she's like, all right, cool, that sounds good. And then you say, all right, cool, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Done, right? On February 15th, the morning of February 15th, you text her. You be like, yo, we still on for 6? She's like, yeah, okay, cool. And then I'll see you later. That's it. You don't got to check in. You don't got to be, you see what I'm saying? You don't got to do none of that shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because
I'm with you.
Because what you got to understand is this. You got to understand is this. The most important thing to a woman is attention. The most important. You feel what I'm saying? Because as much as women love sex. Like, they love sex. But the most important thing is the attention that they get. So you're giving her a whole bunch of attention that's non-sexual for those 2 weeks. And so she's filling up on that attention. Because remember, your attention is energy. Your attention is fucking currency to these chicks. You understand? So you can't just be giving them attention for free like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this goes for any guy that's listening right now, is that, you understand, like,
Yeah.
You're
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
You still there? Because I'm about to lace you with this game. All right? I'm about to lace you with this game. All right? So I'm gonna lace you with this before you go. The attention you give to a chick is in direct correlation to what that chick is to you. You understand what I'm saying? So if a chick is a girl you just dating or you just trying to fuck, you're gonna give her the least amount of attention that you need to give her until y'all fucking. Then when a girl becomes your girlfriend, then you could be chatting back and forth for all day or 2 weeks or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But before that, this girl, she got too much attention from you, but she didn't deserve that attention because she's just some random girl you trying to smash. You see what I'm saying? So basically, you was trying to fuck her, and she fucked you. You feel what I'm saying? That's what happened. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. You see what I mean? And so that's what you gotta understand, is that you can't be doing that shit. You feel what I mean? All right, bro?
Right.
All right, man.
Right.
All right, man. I appreciate the call, bro.
One more question.
All right, go ahead, real quick.
All right. You say you're a man, right? If you're a man, you got to do what you say, right? Whatever you say, you got to do, period. So, if I'm talking to a bitch, right? And she says something that I don't like, I'm like, yo, I'm ready to choke you. And she say, well, go ahead. And she keep doing it, right? And I don't choke her. What is that?
And see, and this is why you shouldn't say you're gonna choke her, because then if you so that's why you got to be careful what you say. You see what I mean? Because then if you don't choke her, you shouldn't be choking no chick. But what I'm saying is that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be careful what you say, because if you tell a chick, hey, I'm gonna do this, if you do that, and then you don't do what you say, bruh, you just made yourself look goofy. You understand? And now she can't respect you. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what's funny though? I actually had that happen one time, because like a lot of times I said that with girls and shit, I never did it. But one time with this one chick, I actually did it. Yo, she was on my dick.
Now, it all depends, because if you're in a situation, because some people like to get choked when they having sex. That's one thing, but you can't be out here yoking up these girls, man. You gotta be careful, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Thanks for the advice. Take it easy, bro.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Y'all hilarious. Dudes up here talking about choking all these chicks and shit. Y'all are funny. Oh, my goodness. All right, what time is it? I gotta head up out of here, man. Shit. But yo, man. Y'all, appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember to get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day ebook, hard copy, audiobook. Make sure you guys get that. Also, you guys can get the Man to Fuck Up t-shirts. The link is below. I didn't wear it today, but you guys can get your Man to Fuck Up hoodies, I should say. I said t-shirts, hoodies. Also, make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com or click the link below to get 60-second game so you can get that ebook. You feel what I'm saying? Let me shout out to all the people in the chat room. Actually, on Wednesday, I might have Beatrice here on Wednesday. Like Wednesday around 3:00. I might have Beatrice in the house. So I might. You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna come back. So y'all can get ready and call in. and you know, debate with Beatrice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out Dre the Great, Shizzy City, It's Akuma, Martin 79934. Shout out K Zaggin, what's poppin', Jay Holiday, Alien Vibes, Moving in Silence, Danzino, Darrell S. Who else? Harryo 2, Jimmy H, JR, DM Washington. Who else is up in the building? Man. Razor Ramon, Tito Smile, Speedy Gonzalez, T Point 555. Shout out to you. Who else we had up in this building? Billy G. Gruff, Young K. Sue, Area Knights. I think I said you earlier. Joshua Charles, Ultra Gold Coin. But man, I appreciate everybody in the building. Brandon F. And I will holler at you guys on Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesday, again, I'm going to probably have Beatrice stop by and you know, and make that shit pop off. You feel what I'm saying? So I'll holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm going.